If you're over 60, there's something important most people never mention when it comes to cheese. The kind you choose can make all the difference. While some cheeses offer incredible benefits for brain health, bone strength, and digestion, others could be slowly undermining your health. You see, aging bodies process food differently, and certain cheeses, especially the overly processed, salty ones, may contribute to rising blood pressure, stiff arteries, and weakened immune response, without showing clear signs at first. But here's the good news. Science is on your side. A study from the European Journal of Nutrition highlights specific traditional cheeses that are not only easier to digest but also support vascular function and may even help reduce inflammation. In this video, we'll walk through 3 of the best cheeses seniors can enjoy regularly, varieties that are lower in sodium, naturally fermented, and full of the nutrients your body craves later in life. Before your next snack or sandwich, take a moment to discover which cheeses can help you stay sharper, stronger, and more balanced in the years ahead. Let's dive in. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 3 types of cheese that people over 60 should completely avoid. 1. Blue cheese. Gourmet toast. Hidden danger. Blue cheese. For many, it evokes images of fancy dinner parties, gourmet platters, or a sharp crumble added to elevate a simple salad. It's long been regarded as a delicacy, reserved for refined palates and special occasions. But once we cross into our 60s and beyond, what blue cheese brings to the table may be far less elegant than it appears. The truth lies in what gives this cheese its signature character, the blue-green veins that run through it. Those veins are made from penicillium, a type of mold that produces compounds like tyramine and histamine. These substances aren't harmful for everyone, but for older adults, they can pose very real problems. As we age, the enzymes that help us break down these compounds slow down, making it much harder for the body to clear them efficiently. The result? Sudden spikes in blood pressure, rapid heartbeats, dizzy spells, and for some, debilitating headaches. These symptoms are often dismissed as random or unrelated until you realize the common denominator was a single serving of aged cheese. But it doesn't stop there. Blue cheese is often made using raw or unpasteurized milk and undergoes a long aging process. This creates an environment where Listeria monocytogenes, a harmful bacterium, can thrive. For a healthy young person, the immune system may handle such a threat without trouble. For a senior, especially one already managing chronic conditions, the same bacteria can lead to serious complications like listeriosis, which may begin with mild flu-like symptoms but quickly progress to dangerous infections, including sepsis or meningitis. And then there's the salt. Blue cheese is incredibly high in sodium, often packing over 400 milligrams per ounce. That's more than many seniors should consume in a single sitting. Especially those with high blood pressure or heart disease. Add in the rich saturated fats found in creamier blue cheese varieties, and you're looking at a food that can gradually stiffen arteries, raise cholesterol, and increase the risk of stroke, all in the name of flavor. Yes, it tastes luxurious. Yes, it pairs beautifully with wine and nuts. But the cost to your health can be far greater than the culinary reward. For aging adults, that tangy wedge may quietly undo much of the good you're doing elsewhere in your diet. And if you thought aged cheese was the main culprit, think again. Because lurking in your fridge might be something even more deceptive. A creamy, spreadable cheese product that disguises itself as friendly and easy, yet it's filled with chemicals, stabilizers, and hidden sugars that quietly derail your metabolism. Let's take a closer look at the everyday cheese spread that could be doing more harm than good. 2. Processed cheese spreads. It's smooth. It's comforting. It glides effortlessly onto toast in the morning or melts softly into casseroles and warm dips. For many older adults, processed cheese spreads are more than a food. They're a tradition. Maybe it reminds you of lunches from years past or snacks shared with grandchildren. But beneath that creamy surface lies something far more troubling. If you're over Altmush, these spreads are not just empty calories. They're a quiet threat to your health. Unlike real cheese, which is aged, fermented, and made with simple ingredients, processed cheese spreads are a blend of leftover dairy byproducts, emulsifiers, synthetic stabilizers, preservatives, and artificial dyes. They're a product of convenience, not nourishment, marketed as affordable and easy to use. They often show up in kid-friendly packaging or nostalgic tubs that evoke trust. But the reality for seniors is much darker. With age, your body becomes less forgiving. Your kidneys work harder. Your arteries aren't as flexible. Your ability to metabolize additives declines. And that's where processed cheese spreads become particularly harmful. One of the biggest red flags, sodium phosphate. It's added to improve texture and shelf stability, but in aging kidneys, it builds up over time. That buildup isn't harmless. It can lead to phosphorus overload, which disrupts calcium balance, weakens bones, and increases the risk of vascular calcification, a hardening of the arteries that quietly raises your chance of heart attack and stroke. And let's not forget the fats. Many of these spreads include saturated fats in large amounts, and sometimes even traces of trans fats, yes. The same kind of fats that the FDA has worked to eliminate because of their role in raising LDL, bad cholesterol, and lowering HDL, good cholesterol. For older adults already managing blood pressure or cholesterol issues, this is the last thing your heart needs. Every bite contributes to chronic inflammation, arterial stiffness, and slower circulation. What's more, these processed spreads often offer no real nutritional value. There's barely any calcium, minimal protein, and zero beneficial bacteria like the kind found in real fermented cheese. And the side effects sneak up gradually. You may notice your blood pressure creeping up. You may feel more tired, more sluggish. You may even experience memory fog, joint stiffness, or changes in your lab results, elevated creatinine, low calcium, or rising triglycerides. And yet, there's rarely an obvious warning sign. That's what makes these foods dangerous. They don't feel harmful. They feel easy, nostalgic, and convenient. But convenience, in this case, comes with a steep, long-term cost. As someone who's earned their wisdom through decades of living, you deserve better. You deserve nourishment that works with your body, not against it. Real food, clean ingredients, cheeses that actually offer the nutrients your bones, heart, and brain need to thrive. Processed cheese spreads combine all the worst elements of ultra-processed food: high sodium, harmful fats, chemical additives, and no accountability. They're not made to nourish, they're made to last on a shelf. And while they may stir memories of simpler times, they don't support the strength you need today. But if you think the worst is behind us, think again. Up next is a cheese that hides behind a veil of respectability. It's often served at brunch, looks elegant on bagels, and feels light compared to others, but its risks are no less serious. Let's take a closer look at cream cheese and why it may not be as innocent as it seems. 3. Cream cheese, the soft enemy you never saw coming. It sits quietly in the fridge, tucked beside the butter and jam, waiting for its place on a bagel or folded into your favorite dish. Cream cheese feels innocent. It's soft and familiar, and comforting, almost like a food that couldn't possibly do harm. But for those of us over 60, it's this very familiarity that makes it risky. Cream cheese doesn't shout for attention like sharper, smelly cheese. It doesn't carry the visual drama of blue veins or bold rind, and that's exactly why it often slips by unnoticed, contributing slowly, silently, to health problems that don't show up until months or even years later. The truth is, cream cheese offers very little your aging body actually needs. It's low in protein and nutrients, and high in saturated fat. Just the kind of imbalance that becomes harder to manage as metabolism slows with age. When we consume foods like this regularly, that fat often stores itself around the belly, increasing visceral fat, which is strongly linked to heart disease, diabetes, and systemic inflammation. You may not feel it after one serving, but over time, it adds up to stiffness in your joints, to slower recovery after activity, to that creeping fatigue that never quite goes away. Then there's the sugar. Many varieties of cream cheese, especially those flavored with honey, fruit, or nuts, sneak in added sugars that can disrupt insulin levels and spike blood glucose. For seniors already walking the line between prediabetes and type 2, these seemingly harmless additions can push the balance in the wrong direction, leading to brain fog, weight gain, and inflammatory flare-ups that feel like they came out of nowhere. Even worse is the bacterial risk. Cream cheese, with its soft, moist texture, provides an ideal environment for Listeria to grow, especially if it's left out too long or not stored properly. For younger people, this might cause minor symptoms, but for those over 60, especially with weakened immune systems, Listeria is a serious threat. It can lead to severe infections, hospitalization, or even life-threatening complications, and it rarely announces itself clearly. It starts with fatigue, confusion, or flu-like discomfort symptoms, easy to dismiss until it's too late. The comfort that cream cheese provides comes at a price: elevated cholesterol, erratic blood sugar, unwanted weight, and exposure to hidden bacterial dangers. That little spread on your toast might not feel dangerous, but for older bodies, it adds up in ways that truly matter. Now, this doesn't mean all cheese is off limits. Far from it. There are cheeses out there that don't just avoid harm, they actively support aging bodies, rich in probiotics, lower in sodium, and packed with calcium and protein. These options can actually help strengthen your bones, digestion, and fight inflammation. So instead of cutting cheese from your diet completely, the key is choosing wisely. Up next, let's take a look at 3 specific types of cheese that every person over 60 should eat. They're flavorful, time-tested, and far gentler on your heart, your gut, and your long-term health? Stay tuned. 3 types of cheese people over 60 should eat. 1. Goat cheese. A gentle superfood for the aging body. There's a quiet strength to goat cheese. It doesn't shout from the shelves like brightly packaged processed cheeses, nor does it try to overwhelm your senses. Instead, it offers something older. Bodies deeply appreciate gentle nourishment that supports rather than burdens. For those in their 60s and beyond, goat cheese isn't just a flavorful addition. It's a wise choice, one that respects the unique needs of the aging body. Unlike most cheeses made from cow's milk, goat cheese is naturally lower in lactose and contains a different type of casein protein, which means it's far easier on the digestive system. Many seniors find that foods they once tolerated now leave them feeling bloated, sluggish, or uncomfortable. Goat cheese offers a different experience, lighter, kinder, and more forgiving to the gut. It allows you to enjoy dairy again without the digestive consequences. But the benefits extend well beyond ease of digestion. Goat cheese is rich in short and medium-chain fatty acids, which your body converts into usable energy more efficiently than the long-chain fats found in many other cheeses. This is key, as metabolism naturally slows with age. Instead of adding to stubborn belly fat, these fats help fuel the body gently, reducing the risk of unwanted weight gain while still providing satisfaction and satiety. More than just a source of energy, goat cheese nourishes your immune system and your mind. It's packed with vital nutrients like selenium, zinc, and calcium, as well as live probiotics that help replenish and balance the gut microbiome. A healthier gut isn't just about digestion, it plays a central role in immune function and mood regulation. For older adults, maintaining a strong, balanced microbiome is one of the most effective ways to fight inflammation, ward off infections, and even keep depressive symptoms at bay. Even its fat content works in your favor. Goat cheese contains conjugated linoleic acid CLA, vitamin A in a bioavailable form, and omega-3s, all of which help support brain health, vision, and hormonal balance. These compounds contribute to better memory, clearer thinking, and improved resilience against the cognitive shifts that often accompany aging. What sets goat cheese apart is its simplicity. It's not filled with artificial thickeners or strange additives. It's often made in smaller batches, with care, and with ingredients your body can recognize and use, whether you enjoy it on a salad, melt it into a vegetable dish, or simply on a piece of wholesome bread. Goat cheese offers comfort without compromise. But the story doesn't end here. As valuable as goat cheese is, there's another variety aged with tradition, revered in Europe, and quietly powerful, that offers even deeper protection for your heart, bones, and immune system. Let's take a closer look. 2. Swiss cheese. A subtle shield for the aging heart and mind. There's a subtle resilience in Swiss cheese that often goes unnoticed. It doesn't beg for attention or overwhelm the plate, it simply offers quiet nourishment and dependable support. For those entering their later decades, Swiss cheese isn't just a familiar food. It's a surprisingly thoughtful one, well suited to the needs of an aging body. Known for its signature holes and delicate, nutty flavor, Swiss cheese brings more to the table than meets the eye. One of its most underrated qualities is its naturally low sodium content, only about 54 milligrams per ounce. That's a game changer for seniors keeping an eye on blood pressure or managing heart health through diet. While other cheeses may silently push salt intake over the edge, Swiss allows you to enjoy the richness of dairy without compromising your cardiovascular stability. But it goes deeper than salt. Swiss cheese is an excellent source of vitamin K2, a nutrient that doesn't get nearly enough attention. K2 plays a vital role in guiding calcium to the bones where it strengthens rather than to the arteries, where it can become dangerous. For seniors, this matters immensely. It means Swiss cheese isn't just delivering nutrients, it's directing them to the right places, helping protect your skeleton and your heart at the same time. Beyond that, Swiss provides a generous dose of bone-supporting calcium, muscle-friendly protein, and brain-nourishing vitamin B12. These aren't just numbers on a label, they're lifelines. They support steady movement, mental clarity, and nerve function in a stage of life when all three can start to feel more fragile. Its aging process also makes it easier to tolerate. Swiss is naturally low in lactose, making it a smarter choice for those who've developed sensitivities over time. The specific bacteria used in traditional Swiss cheese, particularly Propionibacterium freudenreichi, do more than give it character. They create anti-inflammatory compounds that subtly bolster the immune system and ease inflammation, offering quiet support against chronic pain and degenerative issues like arthritis. And it does all of this without fanfare. No flashy packaging, no hidden additives. Just real, aged cheese that respects your body's changing needs. Swiss cheese is the steady, dependable friend always there, always doing good behind the scenes. But while Swiss offers steady support, the next cheese on our list brings a vibrant burst of flavor and health benefits crumbling easily, digesting gently, and fortifying your bones and brain in ways that might surprise you. 3. Feta cheese. Crumbled simplicity with lasting strength. Feta cheese might not be the centerpiece of every meal, but for those in their 60s and beyond, it offers something more enduring than visual appeal, with its modest, crumbly form and bright, tangy flavor. Feta has quietly earned its place as a nourishing ally, especially for aging bodies seeking both comfort and support. This traditional cheese, often made from sheep's milk, or a combination of sheep and goat, stands apart from the heavier, more processed cheeses that line supermarket shelves. One of its most important qualities is digestibility. Unlike cheeses made from cow's milk, Feta contains less lactose and a gentler form of casein, making it far easier for older adults to tolerate. As digestion naturally slows and sensitivities increase with age, foods that don't tax the system are a quiet blessing. With Feta, there's no heaviness, no post-meal discomfort, just a clean, light finish that respects the body's changing needs. But the benefits go beyond comfort. Feta is dense with nutrients that directly support the aging process: calcium for strong bones, protein for muscle retention, and vitamin B12 for nerve health and mental clarity. These aren't optional extras for seniors. They're critical components of staying balanced, mobile, and mentally engaged as the years progress. Even more quietly powerful is Feta's impact on the gut. As a naturally brined and fermented cheese, it contains living probiotic cultures that help maintain the health of the microbiome, a part of the body that plays a crucial role in immune function, digestion, inflammation control, and even emotional well-being. For seniors taking medications or recovering from illness, this microbial support can be a vital daily assist, helping the body stay resilient and responsive. Though Feta has a salty tang, it doesn't take much to benefit from it. A small crumble goes a long way in flavor and nutrition. And for those needing to limit sodium, giving it a quick rinse under water can significantly reduce the salt without sacrificing taste. It's a cheese that proves gentleness and power can coexist. Whether tossed into a quinoa salad, sprinkled over sautéed greens, or folded into a morning omelet, feta brings intention and nourishment to the plate. It doesn't ask for attention, it simply offers support. And while these three cheeses can serve as quiet defenders of your health, the truth is, not all cheeses carry such wisdom. Some can do more harm than good, silently draining strength and adding risk. Let's take a look at the ones to leave behind. More than taste. Choosing cheese as a path to longevity and grace. Aging isn't just about adding more candles to the cake. It's about becoming more thoughtful, more deliberate, and more attuned to what truly matters, and that includes how we care for our bodies, especially through the food we choose each day. Cheese, for many of us, holds a comforting place in our memories. The creamy melt on a hot sandwich, the savory bite on a cracker, the gentle sprinkle over a warm bowl of soup. It's more than food. It's familiarity, tradition, and joy. But as we move through our 60s, 70s, and beyond, comfort must begin to walk alongside awareness. Our bodies speak a different language now. They ask for support in quieter, deeper ways. Our hearts call for less sodium. Our joints beg for fewer inflammatory triggers. Our brains crave nutrients that help us stay focused and sharp. Our bones need strength. And our time, precious and finite, wants to be spent living, not recovering. What we could once shrug off a processed cheese product with a long shelf life, a rich wedge of aged, moldy indulgence, or a sugary cream spread, now carries weight. Literal weight. In the form of cholesterol, inflammation, fatigue, or declining function. These little indulgences can come with hidden costs that only show up with time. When you're in your third act of life, every meal carries more, meaning it's no longer just about fullness. It's about fuel. Real, nourishing fuel. Every bite becomes a chance to either build yourself up or break yourself down. And unfortunately, much of today's food culture doesn't make it easy. Labels mislead. Marketing tempts. Nostalgia, clouds, judgment. It's easy to hold on to old habits that once seemed harmless, but now slowly chip away at your energy and well-being. But the power to shift is yours. Not by eliminating joy, but by upgrading it, by refining the choices you make, by leaning into foods that give more than they take. That means knowing when to say no to cheeses filled with additives, artificial colors, hidden sugars, and sodium bombs, and knowing when to say yes to cheeses that are clean, gentle, rich in probiotics, calcium, and brain-boosting nutrients. It's not about fear, it's about self-respect. It's about acknowledging that your body deserves better now, not less. These aren't drastic changes. They're intentional ones. Choosing a slice of Swiss over a triangle of processed spread. Reaching for goat cheese instead of a salty, mold-ripened wedge. These swaps may seem small, but they can have a big impact. They support your heart, protect your memory, ease digestion, and keep you feeling light, clear, and capable. And let's not forget, it's not just about you. The way you take care of yourself now sets an example. It's for your spouse, your children, your grandchildren. They still look to you, not just for wisdom, but for presence, for the laughter, the stories, the guidance only you can give. And staying well means staying present. So, if you felt unsure about which cheeses are helping or hurting, now is your moment to take control. This journey isn't about giving things up. It's about choosing differently and choosing with love. Let your meals reflect what you've earned through a lifetime of experience, care, clarity, and grace. Now, are you ready to uncover the cheeses that actually support your aging body? Those that nourish your heart, sharpen your mind, and protect your bones with every bite. Let's continue this journey together. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've taken from today's video that you'll bring into your daily life? Leave a comment with the number 1 if something resonated, or a 0 if you're still deciding. Either way, thank you for watching. And here's to aging with strength, joy, and intention.